So in this lecture we will discuss about PLC working. In the last lecture we have seen the various PLC operation that we were having different phases. Phase 1, 2, 3 and 4. After that phase 1 starts. So that was the PLC operation. In this lecture we will discuss about PLC working. So in PLC working, basically we have some input devices. It can be some sensors, it can be some input switches. So from input devices, input signals are scanned or read, and these signals are stored in the memory. So here we are having input memory. So input signal from the input devices are stored in the input memory, right? So here you can see all these signals are stored in the input memory. So from input memory, these signals are fed to CPU. These are fed to CPU. So all the operation or programming part is done in CPU. So CPU fetches the instructions, means it reads the instruction, it performs the work that is given by the user or the programmer. It executes the instructions, it works on the input signals that it has read from the input memory, and according to user instructions it executes the program and produces output. So these outputs are from the CPU are the output signals that are fed to the output devices. Before feeding these signals to the output devices, they are stored in the external image file. They are stored in the external image file. CPU, while executing the program, this is the user. User is doing programming from this. User stores its program in the user memory. These programs then CPU reads these instructions that is given by the user or the programmer, and it takes the input signals and do the execution of the program, or it run the program according to the user requirement, and it produces the output. And the output is stored in the external image memory, and through this external image memory these are fed to the external devices or the output devices. So that devices can be turned on or off or controlled by using these programs. So in PLC working, what happens? The input sources convert the real-time analog electric signals to suitable digital electric signals, and these signals are applied to the PLC through the connector rails. Means what will happen, all the input devices signals are mostly they are analog in nature. So input sources convert these analog signals into digital signals, and since PLC is a digital device, so it applies the digital signals to the PLC through the connector rails. Then these input signals are stored in the PLC external image file, just as we have discussed now. So it stores the information in external image memory in the form of bits. So CPU executes the program and stores the result in the form of bits into the external image memory. The control logic or the program instructions are written onto the programming device through symbols or through mnemonics and stored in the user memory. So programming device will write some instructions. Instructions are in the form of symbols, or it is in the form of mnemonics. Mnemonics means it is in the form of some small forms. Like for input we use I0, I1. These are type of mnemonics. For output we used to see O0, O1. So output signals will be like this. Continue to the PLC working. Now what is the function of CPU? CPU fetches. Fetches means reads these instructions from the user memory and executes. Execute means run, and run the input signal by manipulating, computing, processing them to control the output devices. The user writes the program in the memory. So what CPU will do? It will take the instructions from the memory. It will run those input signals. It will run the program, and it will produce the signals according to the program to control the output devices. And the external results are then stored in the external image memory that we have already discussed. The results will be stored in external image memory in the form of bits, and these bits will control the output drives. Like it can be 1 or 0. 1 means it will switch on the output device, 0 means it will switch off the output device. Similarly, the CPU keeps a check on the output signals and keeps updating the contents of input image memory according to the changes in the output memory. And also there is one more function of CPU. It performs external programming functions. So it can set or reset the timers, it can check the user memory. So all these functions can be performed by PLC CPU. So in this PPT we can find the exact working of PLC. Simple example is given. So here we can see there is one input can be from any sensor or any switch. That input is in the form of analog signal. First it is converted into a digital signal and then it is fed to CPU. CPU will store this information that it has acquired, that it has taken from the sensors or the switches. Here the user writes the program, whatever function a user want to do with the PLC, which device it want to control. Accordingly he writes his program in the user memory. So CPU, this CPU will be having the signals that is obtained from the input, as well as it has the information of the program that a user has written in his program. So CPU is having all the information. So now CPU will run that program according to the input signals, and it will produce one output which device we want to control. If it will produce 1, this lamp will switch on. If it will output will be 0, so this lamp will switch off. Similarly, a motor can be start or stopped using PLC output signals.